Hey everyone, it's the second week of July now, and summer camp is getting closer and closer with each passing day. And so let's continue our preparation for BAAYF 2020 and our theme Sustain by taking a look at Genesis 39. We're going to keep on studying the story of Joseph. And I want to start our session today by asking us to think back to March, when the pandemic started. How did you respond to that when you found out that you're going to have to be sheltered at home, study from home, you're going to be not able to participate in all the things that you're used to at school? How did you and your family respond? I know a lot of people did things like they went out to buy toilet paper, and that was their response to the pandemic. And I think it's normal for people to panic and to think of things that they need to buy, whether it's toilet paper, hand sanitizer, or wipes, or whatever it is that we need. And it takes us back to the story of Joseph, because when we pick up where we left off last week, he's now taken from his brothers who have sold him. He's in Egypt. He's been sold as a slave to this man named Potiphar. And the story tells us that Joseph went about taking care of Potiphar's household. And it was to the point where Potiphar said, you know what, I don't need to worry about anything because Joseph takes care of my household. And that was great until Potiphar's wife got involved, and she started accusing Joseph of sexual molestation, and there was no basis of fact for that. It was just a complete false accusation. But it ends up with Joseph being thrown into prison. And what kind of reward is that? Joseph, he's just done the right things. He's showed great character, and it puts him in prison. But again, he rises up. He starts managing the affairs of the prison, and the warden is so pleased with him that he says the same thing as Potiphar, that I don't have anything to worry about because Joseph takes care of business every day. Yeah, I think a lot of times we think that as Christians our lives are going to run smoothly. God's going to take care of everything. Every bump and hazard in the road, God's just going to wipe it out, and our lives are just going to be free and easy. But when we think about sustain, God doesn't do that by making life easy for us. What happens is God goes before us. He goes with us through difficult times. And the pandemic is a difficult time for all of us. And what I'd like us to do is to think about how we have responded to the pandemic. Did we go out and buy toilet paper? Did we go out and hoard hand sanitizer? There were some kids in my church, I kind of challenged them as to what they could do. And one guy started a GoFundMe page to raise money to buy supplies for people on the Navajo reservation who were severely hit by the pandemic. And the money he raised went to buying masks and other supplies that were needed on the reservation. Another girl got involved with Koran tutors, and she was helping to tutor younger children in some lower income neighborhoods. And she found a way to reach out and to do something constructive during the pandemic. So what I'd like us to do today is I'd like us to read Genesis 39. When we're done with this video here, go ahead and read that chapter and look at the things that happened to Joseph and how he could have complained, how he could have bickered, how he could have pouted. God, why am I ending up like this? I'm doing the right things. But he didn't complain, and he continued to seek God as to what he was supposed to do in those moments, and his character shined through. And so, what is it that you can be doing during the pandemic? Why don't you write a prayer to God when you're done reading chapter 39? And if you haven't done so already, ask God, what is it that I can be doing? How can I be serving people? What is it that you want me to do? And when you do that, you'll find how God sustains you during this time.